So I mean, I'm only really interested in the first run, but as anyone who bought the product would maybe want to do a second and a third run to see how efficient they are. If you put too much in, when you filter through the bags, it doesn't work as well as if you put the right amount in. Never put more than 200 grams into a 5-gallon kit, 1,000 grams into a 20-gallon kit, 56 grams into a 1-gallon kit. So basically I put all the nugget into the all-screen bag. It's going to go into the washing machine. And what we do is we just fill this up. Here, we'll do this faster this time. You want to hold that lip up? And ice is our friend for sure. The more the merrier. That's okay. It's just water, and I'm used to it. There we go. Oh, look at that there. That beaded that water really nicely. I'm used to standing in water when I make bubble, that's for sure. So we get that all zipped up. Tie the zipper together so it doesn't open in the machine. And then basically in there. Basically what we'll do is we'll top this up with water, shut this unit, turn the dial, and then we'll also hash for like 10 minutes. And when it's done, we'll filter the water that's in here, which will no longer be a clear water, it'll be a resin-infused water. We'll filter it through the bags. I gotta bring this whole thing up. So once we get that going, we'll do the mix. Like I said, I only do one mix for a short period of time, but you can keep mixing it and you'll be surprised that we keep giving you product. If you don't understand the process, what's happening is the crystals that are on the buds, called the glandular trichomes, they're the head of the glandular trichome is the only active part of the plant. The only part that contains medicine is the glandular head. Not even the stalk of the trichome has any active ingredients in it. So what we do is the ice is used to freeze the gland head, which is a wax membrane that holds all the cannabinoids and the other terpenes and monoterpenes, the smells and the tastes that exist in that oil. All of them are in the glandular head. So luckily, because of the wax membrane, we freeze it with ice, and that when wax gets frozen, it becomes brittle. And so when you have brittle wax, you have the motion of the ice smashing back and forth, the heads become very breakable and they break off their plant body prisons. And so once the heads have been broken off, because of resin and their density, they're still affected by gravity even in water. So they sink in the water while everything else floats. That's really why the process works, the fact that the resin sinks in water. And so also the water acts as a transfer chamber. It's why with this system it's very easy to make a melty hash, where 10 years ago most people had never even seen a melty hash, and with dry sift techniques it's not as easy to do. It takes more of a sort of artistic impression to do dry sifting really properly. This is more for the layman. Anyone can fill this thing up, even a medical user that's all, disabled, that doesn't really have much ability, they can still use this machine fairly easily. Get someone to pull the bags for them. And it's definitely produced a medical grade resin. It's why it sells for 60 to 80 euros a gram in the coffee shops. If you ask for water hash when you go to either the Dampkring or the Tweedenkamer or Arjan's greenhouse has Bubblemania, those are all water hashes that have been, made with care, using multiple screen bags and machines like this, and it's the ultimate in purity for sure. All right, so here we go. We're all topped up. Let's start this off. So what it does is it basically turns one way 3 times, and then it turns the other 3 times. So it doesn't want to work with the door open, but we'll get going. Right off the plant. The resin will all be in the water, which I'll just drain through the holes into the bags. Voila, we'll have some killer hash. You guys want to smoke some while we wait? Like that, put that up there. Now I'm just going to pull the bags. So right, so this bag is...
It's good bubble hash.
This bag is a 220 micron screen. So the bag in here, the all-screen bag, is 220 microns. So it's really overkill, but because of this process and the way it spins, it tends to block a lot of pistillate hairs, the red hairs. So we get a fair amount of those in this bag. So this isn't anything you want to smoke. But I like harvesting it just to take the microscopic shots and show people what it actually is.
The first one.
I took some pictures of this yesterday. Yeah, like absolute utter
It's
bomb.
like lint, you know, you find it in your belly button.
Yeah.
That's about the same.
It's like lint that you find in your belly button. I like that. All right, so then we go to the 190, which is also a contamination. It's a catch bag. It's not really anything you're going to be super excited to have.
Yeah, but if you were an isolator fan, you would appreciate them because the isolator bags don't have these.
Right. Well, it was one of our major differences that we were interested in cleaning up the...
Well, I mean, this would be, what you're scraping out would be in your hash.
Exactly.
You're using isolators. Your 45 grain.
That's the best way to wash it out is a hose.
This is really low yield. I'm surprised with that. These are the contamination bags, so it was all good.
Well, you know, as short as you ran it, and that machine's so gentle, it probably isn't in that much contamination.
No, exactly.
So if you ever, I actually tried once putting it in the blender. I froze the dope, you know, some bud, threw it in the blender, and like pulverized it into powder, then threw some ice water in the blender, and then dumped that into my bag. But man, it made some green hash, too much small particulate.
I just cringed the whole time you told me
Yeah,
that.
too much. It turned out shit. Too much small particulate. But you're gonna tell me no, wet it first, then turn the blender.
You never want to just grind it into
Powder.
yeah, you don't want to do that. It loses all its surface area and it can't float.
Peanut butter.
And what bag was that? Center
It was 120. This one's the 190.
So we recommend smoking is the last couple or
What's that? I usually like the 90, the 73.
My kid didn't have a 90. A 90 is a good smokable.
Oh my god, 90 is my favorite.
That's gonna be your largest head size.
Well, 120 is the largest.
Well, that's not smokable though. Is it?
He's trying to get.
No, I mean I've sold it, but I don't.
that's the 90.
I think I've got like 110 bag. Oh shit, I'm 220 or 190.
So you want to clean your tool out at this point. When you're pulling the 90, you don't want to lose any of that resin. It's too bad he already gave the bag away. I would have flipped it inside out and cleaned the screen. Absolutely. Now I'm cringing at the thought of draining those 90 micron heads down the drain. You know,
It's 90s. It's leftover 45s.
73 now. What used to be the best. Not so much anymore after the 90, but definitely my second favorite. Almost exclusive.
Well, now that you have the 90, a lot of what was getting with the 73 before was the 90. Yeah.
Absolutely, that much of it
Yeah.
for this particular.
What?
Now we go for the 45.
What would you say is the best way to clean them?
With cold water, immediately. You see how they're running the bags to the washroom after I pull them? If you take this bag and you put it down, just for the time that it'll take you to scoop all the hash out of these bags, you'll have moved your bags forward in their destruction exponentially. your bags are going to be ruined way faster than they would ever have been ruined had you just washed them with cold water the second the resin comes out of it. Scrape the resin, flip them inside out, rinse them with cold water. And don't put them away wet. Where it's like if you put your tent away wet. Not so good.
If you lend them to somebody that return them wet, don't.
If anyone wants to borrow your bags, ask them to see their tent. Seriously. Someone says, bro, you gotta lend me your bags. Just say, sure, man. Can I see your tent? The one you camp in? Because it's all moldy and nasty. Don't lend them your bags.
It's Rod. I think this one is, and this and that one is. That's your 45 there?
You guys are getting schooled by the original Bubbleman.
How long does it take to dry?
You know, ideally like 5 to 7 days on cardboard, broken up into powder. If you don't break it up, okay, first of all, never close this and press it hard. That's the worst thing you can do. Everyone does it. That's why it's the worst thing to do. Mostly, if everyone's doing it, it's probably wrong. So these I just dab gently. I'll close these and I'll dab them gently with material on the both outlets to absorb the water. And it'll be a wet patty that I'll then chop right away into powder and spread thin on cardboard. You can't air dry this hash. It's like a bonding agent. It bonds. Only the outside will dry. Everything inside won't dry. Even if your pieces are that little, the inside of those pieces will not dry. So you have to break them down as much as you can and spread it as thin as you can. Cardboard's a desiccant. It absorbs the water from the bottom. And the weight of the water in the hash wants to settle, thanks to gravity. So final bag, the 25 micron. This is when a lot of people have trouble draining. If you leave it like this and don't do anything, this will eventually stop and just drip, drip. So I've had customers hang these on their bathroom door. It's taken them 36 hours to drain the bag. And I tell them I can do it in 10 seconds, and they say that's impossible. And I'm like, well, all you have to do is lift the bag so the resin lifts up off the screen and lets the water pour through. So it doesn't usually take much more than 10 seconds to drain this bag.
At different levels.
Close the last little bit up, catch some air in there. Use the air. To stay real watery, the 25 micron. Alright, so try to scoop that out.
Some leaves are probably worth
So hold that bean.
Well, which you'll find once you dry the stuff out.
You can just do it when you're trimming your bed before you eat it.
No, that's your 25.
Yeah. Just at room temperature.
Oh, wait.
Big files 9
Yes, no, 45.
Yeah, good yield on the 45.
Yeah, 90 and 45 are huge. 90's not as huge as, yeah, I guess it's pretty big actually.
And it depends on the variety.
Always. But here, since I've been running, every time 45. Amsterdam seems to be the popular. So real gentle, you don't want to press the heads. You don't want to break the heads when there's water present. If you break the wax membrane and allow water to mix in with the oils, you never get a properly dry hash.
45.
So yeah, we got the 220, the 190, the 160, the 120, the 90. No, 73, 45, 25. This is the 25. So there we go. Well, oh, who did that? Very nice. Mr. Scott. Wow, I wasn't complaining as much as I just need to find it. So here we go. We'll start scooping these different resins off. This is a good way to see the differences once they all really get next to one another.
You get yourself a little spotlight here so you can see the granular difference.
Absolutely. Well, what I wanted to do was bring my camera and laptop, and I could have shown you macro photographs on the laptop of each variety. So I'll try to do that tomorrow. I have the ability.
That's the best of all.
I think so. So you never want to leave these these in patties like this either. A lot of people leave these in patties and think they're done. It's not really the best idea. You end up ruining your hash here, right? Cool, yeah, dude.
You're busted. I know you took some. Fuck, I was like, no, I didn't do jack.
That sounds good.
That's cool. How are you?
They are. Let's do this. Thanks, man.
Hey, no worries.
Yeah, last night, all night, party, and then some
Unbelievable. So how much do you reckon what?
I don't know. I never really, I'm too worried about it. It's the quality is what I'm interested in. I'm always interested in the quality.
Just remember that statement. You'll always be.
So I'm going to just do the final stage, which will be chopping it up real fine and spreading it thin.
What's the percentage by weight he wants to know, bro?
3 to 10% ratio. But what kind of material you have, I don't know.
Yeah, depending on the strain.
So you still the 220, 190, 160 away?
What's that? No, you don't need to throw them away. You can cook with there's still actives in them, but they're just not really smokable. Any weed like that that's grown in a country that has a hot sun like that, the weed might look total shit, but the hash could be full melt.
Yes.
I've seen amazing Mexican. I've had amazing Jamaican.
These guys grow this shit down in Oaxaca, and it doesn't look pretty.
Yeah, that's what I
Makes
had.
some
The
hash.
Mexi Mel was from Oaxaca.
Yeah, works good. Works good.
Those are the first guys to show interest in it, for sure.
Two for a bomb, something like that.
With a lot of the 45.
That's how bad I like today's hat.
In this particular case,
that from your music? No, I've made the...
How much bud did you use for this whole bottle?
I put maybe like 80 grams in. But it was kind of like a moldy, not really awesome looking bud. But the hash looks way nicer than the bud did. That is for damn sure.
Yeah, definitely a good way to turn around something that might not be so happy.
The end of the rainbow.
It's always going to be nicer than what you started with.
No.
So there it is.
Where you from?
Leave that out to dry for a few days.
There you go, people.
Booyaka!
I'm almost out of tape.
Real bubble hash from the real bubble bag here at the 21st Cannabis Cup.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, bro.
Nice one.
All right, let's smoke something. Not this, but some of the dry stuff. Smoke out of Bachi's wheel.
Which is your favorite strain?
That one.
90?
Yeah, I like the 90 almost always. I love the 90. It's all about the 90. 90, 73, and sometimes 120. Those are my usual top threes. Here, give that a shot.